Okay, spectators and players, thank you very much for ending your Friday with match 31. We have Slam Dunk, the blue team. Phoenicia's the captain, versus 2020 Vision, the red team, with Mike, the captain. Where is Mike's there? Mike, there he is. Okay, let's see some big energy and big smiles, folks, as we work our way through these categories and have some trivia fun. Okay. So everybody, Angela, you have to mute.
Sorry, I'm just gonna grab my shades.
Okay. All right. Have we done the buzzer test, Dan? Has everybody been buzz tested?
I think so. Yeah, we did.
Yes, sir. We are good to go. Okay,
here we go. First category is presidential campaign slogans for 1 point. Presidential campaign slogans. 1864, don't swap horses in the middle of the stream. 1864, don't swap. Mike.
Abraham Lincoln.
That's right. He was up for re-election. Campaign slogans for 2. 1976, he's making us proud again. 1976, he's making us proud again. Time. Oh, how quickly they forget. But this was perhaps forgettable. You might not think of this sentiment with regard to Gerald Ford. Gerald Ford was running in 76. Okay. For 3 points. 1888, grandfather's hat fits Ben. 1888, grandfather's hat fits Ben. Time. That's a catchy one, isn't it? Yes, grandfather's hat referred to William Henry Harrison, who was the grandfather of Benjamin Harrison. And he got elected, so apparently it did the trick. Okay, for 4 points, 1900, the full dinner pail. 1900, the full dinner pail. Time. Sorry, Mike, a little late. William McKinley. William McKinley. Was that who you were going to guess, Mike?
No, it was not.
Oh, all right. Well, it's just as well then that you got in a little bit late. Okay. Finally, for 5 points, 1964. In your heart, you know he's right. In your heart, Mike.
Goldwater.
Right, Barry Goldwater. That was one memorable one. Okay. We now go to day songs. Day songs. These are songs that have days in them. Okay. Wednesday Morning 3 a.m. is the title track of their album that also had the acoustic Sound of Silence. Wednesday Morning 3 a.m. is the title track. Andrew.
Simon and Garfunkel.
Simon and Garfunkel is right for 1 point. For 2 points, day songs. Prince wrote this song that was the Bangles' first top 10 hit. Mike.
Manic Monday.
Manic Monday is right for 2 points. Day songs for 3. Katy Perry topped the charts with this song subtitled TGIF. Katy Perry topped the charts with this song. Mike A?
Last Friday Night.
Last Friday Night is correct. Very good. On the show, the guy said Friday only, which was not correct. Okay, day songs for 4. Thursday is one of the tunes on this late singer's classic album, I Got a Name. Thursday is one of the tunes on this late singer's classic album, I Got a Name. Time. Oh, he was really great. Jim Croce. Jim Croce. Finally, day songs for 5. In this hit, the Monkees mention status symbol land and creature comfort goals. In this hit, the Monkees mention status symbol land and creature comfort goals. Andrew.
I think it was Sunday afternoon.
No, break for the red team. I'll repeat it. In this hit, the Monkees mention status symbol land and creature comfort goals.
I've got no idea. Anyone else? I think we're going to pass. Final answer.
You youngsters, you don't remember. Another Pleasant Valley Sunday here in Status Symbol Land. Pleasant Valley Sunday. Very close, Andrew. You got the day right anyway. Okay, third category. We're moving along. Also a bird. Also a bird. For 1 point. To take liquid down the throat. To take liquid down the throat. Josephine?
Swallow.
Swallow is correct for 1 point. 2 points. Also a bird. An anti-war politician. An anti-war, Mike R.
A dove?
A dove is also a bird. For 3 points. Moving briskly. Moving briskly, I'm sorry, with a K. Moving briskly. Time. That was a triple stump on the show, too. The bird is swift. The swift. Moving briskly. Swift. For 4 points. Stretch your neck out to get a better view. Matt O.
Crane.
Crane. And finally, for 5 points, also a bird, in bowling, 3 strikes in a row. Mike R.
Turkey.
Turkey is right. Okay, the red team has control at the moment, 23 to -4, but the blue team will find its footing, I'm sure. Our next category is peninsulas. Peninsulas. Not that new medicine. Peninsulas, for 1 point. This island's westernmost point lies on the Dingle Peninsula in County Kerry. Matto?
I am taking a trip here in March of 2020. It is Ireland.
Ireland, March of 2020, not unlike your team name. I don't know what that means. Okay, for 2 points. Peninsulas. Cities on this Mexican peninsula include Ensenada and La Paz. Cities on this Mexican, Mike R.
Yucatan?
Incorrect. Break for the blue team. Cities on this Mexican peninsula include Ensenada and La Paz.
Any idea, guys? I have no clue.
I'm thinking it would be Baja.
Baja?
Yeah, Baja.
Okay. Do you think we can go with it?
Sure, why not? It's only 2 points.
That will be our final answer, Baja.
Baja is correct. The Baja Peninsula. It was a triple stumper on the show, so well done. Okay, peninsulas for 3. Once an island formed by 2 volcanoes, Banks Peninsula is now part of this country's South Island. Once an island formed by 2 volcanoes, Banks Peninsula is now part of this country's South Island. Time. New Zealand. New Zealand is the country. New Zealand. Peninsulas for 4. This triangular peninsula juts into the northern end of the Red Sea. This triangular peninsula juts into the northern end of the Red Sea. Time. That's the Sinai Peninsula. For 5 points. Yalta and Balaclava are located on this peninsula. Yalta and Balaclava are located on this peninsula. Time. The famous war there, the Crimean Peninsula. Crimea is what we're looking for. Okay, well, we didn't do too well with that one, but I feel we'll do better with cuts like a knife. Cuts like a knife. The official instrument of execution in France in 1792, Matto.
The guillotine.
I didn't think I'd be able to fit the rest of that clue in. It was still an option until 1981. Guillotine is correct. Cuts like a knife for 2. This company makes pens, lighters, and Flex 3 razors. Andrew.
Bic.
Bic is the company, correct, for 2 points. And that gets you out of the minus column. Good. For 3 points. If Death took a holiday, he'd leave behind this implement with a curved cutting blade, Matto.
Scythe.
A scythe, and a shaft called a snath. You didn't need to know that, but I feel we should all leave this game knowing that the shaft of the scythe is called the snath, which sounds like something out of Harry Potter to me. Okay, cuts like a knife for 4. It can be used as a weapon, a tool, or a 2010, Angelo?
A machete?
Very good. A 2010 movie title with Danny Trejo. I love Danny Trejo. Okay, finally, for 5 points. Likely a French invention, this knife that fits on the barrel of a gun first appeared around 1640. Andrew?
Bayonet.
Bayonet is right for 5 points. Okay, the last category in this first round is an arty category. An arty category, but it is R, the letter R, space T. Responses will begin with the letter R and end with the letter T. Okay. Here we go for 1 point. It's a type of jet propulsion device, but powered by fuel it carries rather than taking in, Josephine?
Sorry,
No.
he's
Joe?
right. Rocket.
Rocket, yes,
Sorry.
rather than taking in gases from around it. Rocket is right for 1 point. For 2 points. The last name of Secretary of War Elihu Root is found within this last name of the president he served. The last name of Secretary of War Elihu Root. Matt?
Roosevelt.
Roosevelt is right. And I am told by my rules here to accept Roosevelt and not ask for the actual president. And that's because Root is inside Roosevelt, not inside Theodore. Okay, for 3 points, an RT category. Remember, begins with R, ends with T. The Moral Majority and the Christian Coalition are groups identified as part of this alliterative movement. Matt?
The right.
No. Blue team, a chance for you. The Moral Majority and the Christian Coalition are groups identified as part of this alliterative movement.
Any guesses, Andrew, Angela?
No.
No, sorry.
Yeah, we'll just pass.
Pass, final answer?
Yes.
Yes, you were very, very close, but it is alliterative. It is the religious right. The religious right is what we were looking for. Okay, we move along for an RT category. William the Conqueror's father was this Duke of Normandy. William the Conqueror's father was this Duke of Normandy. Time. Dan, any guesses?
No, sir.
It's me, Robert. Robert, Duke of Normandy. You were looking right at him. Okay, finally, for 5 points in an RT category. When mixed with orange juice, the type of this that tests for vitamin C turns clear. When mixed, Mike R?
A reagent.
A reagent is correct. Okay, commanding lead for the red team 31-9, but there's lots of points in the second round. Let's see how we do. We start with the right stuff, but I hasten to point out that it is W-R-I-G-H-T, the right stuff. Okay, W-R-I-G-H-T, the right stuff for 1. The Kill Devil Hill Monument National Memorial in this state became the Wright Brothers National Memorial in 1953. The Kill Devil Hill Monument National Memorial in this state became the Wright Brothers National Memorial in 1953. Time. The Wright brothers flew in North Carolina. Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. That's what we're going for, the right stuff. For 2 points, in 2000, the year 2000, Will Wright gave us this computer game that lets the user control the daily life of families of virtual, Andrew?
Is it The Sims?
It is The Sims. Very good for 4 points. The Sims. Here we go. The right stuff for
That was
6.
are we in the second round?
Yes.
Sorry. So the previous one was for 4 points.
The Sims should have been for 4. Yeah.
I think I added 3, so I'm going to add 1. Now we're at 6. Sorry.
I think you actually added 2 the first time.
Did I add
It
2?
should be at
It was
13.
31 to 9. So it
Yeah,
was
correct.
so 31 to 9. So it would be 13. Yes.
Yes,
Sorry.
sir. Yep.
Okay. Good. Okay. Thank you. For 6 points, the right stuff. The title of this book by Barack Obama was taken from a Jeremiah Wright sermon. Mike R?
Dreams of My Father?
Incorrect. Break for the blue team. The title of this book by Barack Obama was taken from a Jeremiah Wright sermon.
Wasn't the other one called like The Audacity of Hope or something?
I have no idea.
Not sure.
Does that sound right to anyone else?
Shall we go with this? It's a 6-pointer.
Sure.
And what's the answer? The Audacity of Hope?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's our final answer.
Audacity of Hope is correct. It was a triple stumper on the show, too, for 6 points. For 8 points, the right stuff. This author's 12 Million Black Voices is a pictorial history of African Americans. This author's 12 Million Black Voices is a pictorial history of African Americans. Time. The author of Native Son, Richard Wright. Richard Wright. For 10 points. In the name of an Ohio Air Force base, this follows Wright. In the name of an Ohio Air Force base, this follows Wright. Time. Wright-Patterson. Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Okay. We go from the right stuff to the wrong stuff, but wrong, R-O-N-G, is in quotes, the wrong stuff. So the letters R-O-N-G will appear in every correct example. The wrong stuff. For 1 point, Lewis or Lance? Lewis or Lance? Matt?
Armstrong.
Armstrong is the wrong word. For 2 points. I'm sorry, for 4 points now. It's another word for a crowd. It's another word for a crowd. Andrew?
Throng.
Throng is right for 4 points. For the wrong stuff for 6. Both men and women wear the Pacific Islands garment associated in the movies with Dorothy Lamour. Mike R.
Sarong?
Sarong is correct. Is that your second buzz in the category? No. All right, we have 2 mics and a mat. We can have a wrestling match. 2 mics and a mat. For 8 points, the wrong stuff. 10-letter, in quotes, anatomical term, meaning stubborn or obstinate. 10-letter anatomical term. Mike R.
Headstrong?
Headstrong is right. And now you are out of the category. Okay, everybody else in the red team and all of the blue on this last one. The wrong stuff. This hoofed mammal can really hoof it, hitting 60 miles per hour. This hoofed mammal can really hoof it, hitting 60 miles per hour. Time. The pronghorn. The pronghorn. Okay. Third category, 2 to 10 points. Play characters. My favorite. Play characters. For 2 points. Hoke Colburn is the black chauffeur who drives her around. Mike? Mike A?
Driving Miss Daisy.
Miss Daisy is correct for 2 points. Play characters for 4. In The Tempest, he isn't a little mermaid, but a sprite who serves Prospero. In The Tempest, he isn't a little mermaid, but a sprite who serves Prospero. Andrew?
Is that Caliban?
No, break for the red team. I'll repeat it. In the Tempest, he isn't a little mermaid, but a sprite who serves Prospero.
I think it's Ariel, right? That's my instinct.
Yeah, Matt, you had the same, right?
We're going to go with Ariel, final answer.
Ariel is correct. Yes, that was the reference to the Little Mermaid in there. Okay, for 6 points. Olga, Masha, and Irina are the title characters in this Chekhov play. Olga, Masha, and Irina are the title characters in this Chekhov play. Time. They are three sisters. Not the, by the way. Three sisters is the title. Finally, oh no, it's not finally. That's only for 6. Here we go for 8. At the end of this play, Vladimir asks, well, shall we go? Estragon, yes, let's go. Stage direction, they do not move. Josephine.
Waiting for Godot.
Waiting, Godot, or as it's formerly Godot, but apparently Beckett said Godot. So there you are. Finally, for 10 points, patrons at Harry Hope's saloon eagerly awaiteth Theodore Hickey Hickman's arrival in this O'Neill play. Patrons at Harry Hope's saloon eagerly awaiteth Theodore Hickey Hickman's arrival in this O'Neill play. Time. It happens to be my personal all-time favorite play, The Iceman Cometh. For what it's worth, I love The Iceman Cometh, and perhaps you will too. Okay. Our fourth, we're halfway through the second round, 55-19 favor of 2020 Vision. Our next category, what's your pleasure? What's your pleasure? For 2 points, a gourmand. A gourmand. Andrew.
Food.
Food or eating is correct for 2 points. What's your pleasure for 4? A bibliophile. A bibliophile, Mike R.
Reading.
Reading or books for 4 points. For 6 points, an enophile. An enophile. Time. Oh, I'm surprised. I would have thought we had several enophiles here. Enophiles love wine. Their pleasure is wine. For 8 points, a dendrophil. A dendrophil. Mike R.
Plants.
Incorrect. Break for the blue team. I'll repeat it. A dendrophil.
I have no clue.
What's it?
Need an answer?
Yeah, we're just discussing. Can we say people interested in animals?
Nope. But you don't lose any points for it. Nope. A dendrophil, their pleasure is trees, specifically trees. Dendrophil. Okay. For 10 points, Anisha, you have to unmute. Very good. Thank you. For 10 points, what's your pleasure? A logophile. A logophile. Andrew.
Would be logic.
No, incorrect. A break for the red team. A logophile.
Do you guys know this?
I was going to guess like logic or logarithms, but yeah, I don't know.
I'm getting a lot of head shakes here, so we're going to go pass final answer.
Okay.
I think I know this one, Bob.
You do? Go ahead.
Words?
Yes, I have often been referred. I've often been accused of having logoria, which is excessive word, and logos word. Yes, words is correct. Good for you, Dan. You get those 10 points to put in your pocket for next year.
I will cherish them always.
Okay. Another favorite category of mine: French films. French films. For 2 points. To portray Edith Piaf in 2007's La Vie en Rose, she shaved back her hairline and removed her eyebrows. To portray Edith Piaf in 2007's La Vie en Rose, she shaved back her hairline and removed her eyebrows. Time. She got an Oscar for it, however. Marion Cotillard, who for a while appeared in like every movie, remember? For a while, everything that came out, she was in. Okay, Marion Cotillard for 4 points. Jean Dujardin stars in this 2011 black and white film set in silent era Hollywood. Jean Dujardin stars in this 2011 black and white film set in silent era Hollywood. Mike A.
The Artist.
The Artist. Best Picture of 2011, says them. Okay, for 6 points. I'm still bitter. For 6 points. This 2001 film, starring Audrey Tautou as a shy waitress working in a Paris cafe, Mike A.
Amelie.
Amelie, 5 Oscar nominations is correct. For 8 points. French films. 1959's Black Orpheus retold the tale of Orpheus and Eurydice set during this South American city's Carnival. Black Orpheus retold the tale of Orpheus and Eurydice set during this South American city's Carnival. Mike R.
Rio de Janeiro.
Rio is right for 10 points. Great movie, by the way. Check it out if you don't know it. Black Orpheus. Finally, for 10 points in French films. This French New Waver directed the autobiographical film The 400 Blows. This French New Waver directed the autobiographical film The 400 Blows. Time. I'm sure Alex would have thrown in Les 400 Coups, the French title. It was François Truffaut. François Truffaut, and a triple stumper on the show. Our last category is physics. Physics for 2 points. In 1935, he argued in the EPR paper, and he was the E, that quantum mechanics was not a complete theory. In 1935, he argued in the EPR paper, Mike A.
Albert Einstein.
Einstein was the E, is correct for 2 points. Physics for 4. From the Greek for icy cold, it's the science of extremely cold temperatures. From the Greek for icy cold, it's the science of extremely, Matt O?
Cryogenics.
How do you know that? That's correct. Cryogenics. Nicely done. That was one I had to look up. Very good. Okay, for physics for 3, we have a surprise substitution, surprise substitution, surprise substitution.
La 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 la.
Thank you. That was
I didn't warm up beforehand, Bob. I
that was
apologize.
very, very spirited, Dan. Okay, but I have lost the piece of paper that has the surprise substitution on it, so I have found it now. Okay. Okay. In the surprise substitution, our category is the joy. No, it's not. I'm sorry. It's bad endings for writers. Bad endings for writers for 8 points. This courtier, an author of A History of the World, was executed at the Tower of London in 1618. This courtier, an author of A History of the World, was executed at the Tower of London in 1618. Time. Anybody want to guess for giggles? No points involved? No risk?
Bob, was that for 6 points or for 8 points?
That was
The
for-
word fix. No.
That was for 6. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It was for 6. No? Oh, it was Sir Walter Raleigh. Sir Walter Raleigh. For 8 points in physics. In 1865, physicist Rudolf Clausius coined this term for the measure of disorder or randomness in a system. Mike R.
Entropy.
Entropy is correct. And finally, for 10 points in physics, 2 light waves whose phases have a fixed relationship, as in a laser, are said to be this, like a clear sentence. 2 light waves whose phases have a fixed relationship, as in a laser, are said to be this, like a clear sentence. time. A clear sentence is coherent. Coherent is the word. And Slam Dunk got slam dunked by 2020 Vision, 83-11, but a good match, good energy, good spirits from all. Thank you all very much. We have another match at 2.